anyone do that? Yes, let's see. Okay, Holly did. Did anyone else? Hopefully more people did, because if not, then this is not going to be the way that I wanted it to be. On a separate device. Okay, well, looking at it won't help. Okay, so 2 people. Okay, well, there's going to be a lot of sitting. Okay, so you guys can do this after. We're still going to do it. Let me bring up my. Okay, so we're still going to do it even though I think there's only. Allie, have you done this? Did you do this yet or no? Okay. And I don't know, maybe Nicole saw this, and then I don't know if anyone else saw this or not. But, oh yeah, Tammy, you were on that too. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so this was this was really cool, and it was kind of like a huge eye opener for me, and it just like I loved it. So I wanted to do it tonight with you guys. So this sheet, here's mine. I don't know if you guys can really see, but I drew on mine, and when you guys do this, I want everyone to do it when they get the chance, because it was a huge eye opener for me. So what we're going to do is take your sheet, and you are going to so there's numbers, so there's 1 through 50 on there. So you're going to go and circle. When I start the timer, you're going to go and circle each number. So you'll circle number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on, all the way up to 50. And then let us know when you are done. I'm going to start the timer here in a second. And then when you're done, just say done. Well, shoot. How should I, trying to think. Let me see if I can do something really quick. I'm going to, oh wait, here we go. What is this? I'm going to try to find a timer. Start. No, that's not what I want. Okay, well, I'll just hold up my phone and then we'll do it. Okay, so write your time down when you finish. So when you, shoot, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just kind of go with it. Okay, so I'm going to start it right now. Okay, so ready, set, go. And then here, I'll hold up my phone, and if you can hopefully read backwards, then you can see what time you're at, and then just write your time down. And we'll go for 4 minutes. And basically, we're just going to see how long it takes you to go from 1 to 50. That's all I want. Okay, Allie's done. Christine's done. And then I think, okay, so there was Nicole and then Holly. So when you girls are done. Oh, Tavia's doing it too. Cool. that actually works out even better doing it the way that I'm doing it, because then it's actually, you won't have to subtract your time like I was trying to figure out. That took me like forever. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Tammy's agreeing with me. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Cool. Okay, so I'll go ahead and reset that. So now, so since you guys wrote down your time, we're gonna go ahead and do it again and see, and write down your time too if you didn't put it in the comments. But on the second sheet, we're gonna do it again. On the second sheet, you're gonna do the same exact thing, and then we'll see if, oh shoot, Brandy was doing it too. Okay, sorry girl. Is anyone else doing it? I don't wanna leave anyone out. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do it again, and then we'll see if you are faster or if you're about the same time, or even if it took you longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Okay, ready, set, go. My hair's crazy. Dang, Allie, that was fast. That was less than a minute, but that was like right on a minute. Awesome. It was so funny because when I was doing mine, I was getting so like excited and like amped up that I was like missing and like overlooking numbers and stuff. Cool. So Holly, you were faster. Tavia, you were faster. I know Allie was faster. Christine, you were faster.
I don't want to go lay in bed.
Okay. I wish you would.
Sure. What are you doing?
Cool. Okay, I think that's everyone. Awesome. Sweet. Okay, so I think that was everyone. Brandy, you were, I think, like right around like the same second, so you're fine. Okay, so hopefully my child doesn't interrupt me too much. Can you sit down right here because you're naked? We don't want to see your booty. Okay, so I don't know if anyone, oh my gosh, you guys should see me right now. I have Noah on my face right here, Jade right here. Okay, we're good. So when, after thinking about this, I don't know if anyone else thought of, if you guys were thinking anything during this, but what we were basically relating this to was the steps to success and duplicating it. And when you duplicate it and you learn it after a couple of time or two, you get better and better at it. and it just gets a lot easier. It's more simple, especially when it comes to understanding it. It's a way easier to understand. And the more that you do it, you have less anxiety. You know what you're doing. Hey, you know what you're doing. You are starting to really understand the system and like how it's actually working. And that's how it was the second time for me. I got down, like, because there's 4 different spots for this. If you fold it in half and fold it in half this way, there's 4 different spots. I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to use. Honey, stop, I need that there. But there's 4 different spots. And I know that when I was doing it the second time, I was like looking for that next number because I remembered where it was at. And so it was a little bit easier for me the second time. I know my second time was faster. Jade Marie, knock it off, please. I need So the more that you do the steps to success, you obviously get way more I'm gonna go away. You get way more confident in it, and you just are starting to really understand how the system works. It's a proven fact that our system works. It is not something that is foreign language. It's not something that we have no idea what we're doing. It's a proven fact. Hey, can you please stop? Because mommy needs her notes. But it's a proven fact that the system works. And so there was one thing that I wanted to talk about was the right combination. So the right combination is something that Denise was sharing, and I liked this a lot. And then I'm going to go into something a little bit different, but it's going to help you guys finishing the rest of the month and then also kind of starting off the new year. So life is like a combination lock. Life is like a combination lock. If you know the combination to the lock, it doesn't matter who you are, the lock has to open. And I love that because I think that that's so true. And when you follow the system, we know the right combo. We know that we need to sign 4 LCs and 3 DTs. And the more that we do it, it does get more simpler, and especially when it comes to understanding it. But you're also going to gain a lot more confidence the more that you do it and just try to repeat the system over and over and over. So there were a couple of different things about this topic on the right combination. And one of them, number 1, was taking responsibility 100%, taking 100% responsibility for your life. When you take 100% responsibility for your own life, you are going to have more freedom, you're going to have more control, and you're going to have more fun. You choose life wherever you go, no matter what it is. You create any outcome in your life. So you can continue to stay in the bad situation if you're in a bad situation, or you can choose to get out of it. I know a lot of the time when you're first starting like personal development and stuff, it's hard to understand that you choose like basically everything in life that you have and that, that you go through and stuff. Well, not some situations you can't choose, but you can choose how things affect you. And I think that that's a really big thing when it comes to this business, because having the right mind is so, so important. Everything in life you create or you allow. And then let's see, my notes are a little bit all over, but not really. I wanted to go, okay, so number 2, and we're kind of going to go into this. Number 2 was decide what you want, having that vision and having your goals in front of you. And hold on one second. I need to take a drink of water, else I'm going to start coughing. Okay, so.
Hey, that's Nixon.
No, that's not Nixon. Okay, so let me see where I was at. Sorry, guys. Okay, so deciding what you want and where or what your goals are. What do I want to talk about? Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to kind of come back to that because I have something that's actually going to end in that. Okay, so going into kind of finishing off this year and starting the new year out. Shoot, I totally lost my one note that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so we're going to skip forward. So within this company, definitely, okay, so right now is the time that you want to be hungry. Right now is the time where you don't want to sit back and you really want to try to finish this month off strong, especially because we are basically in the middle of the month. Know that there is no glass ceiling within this company and within an industry like this. And I feel that we have the best company that's in this industry. And 3 things that you need to have to help propel you to the next level is belief in yourself, belief in products, and belief in the industry. And one thing that I've heard Denise talk about is how the first couple of years were her getting out of her own way. And I feel like that's kind of how my first couple of years are, because I will not lie. Like, there's times where I'm so back and forth and I let my fears get the best of me. But then there's also times where I put all of my fears aside and I don't let them get the best of me because I see the vision and I know exactly what I want. But then I get into or I just start looking left and right and I start letting things get to me and I let my fears get the best of me. So know that if you are letting your fears get the best of you, you're not the only one. So many of us, and Denise being number 3 moneymaker in the company, she let her fears get the best of her within, her first couple of years. Your fears will never go away, but minimize them and work on bettering your mindset and bettering yourself and getting over not necessarily, I feel like we don't 100% get over our fears, but when you grow, your fears won't take over and they will be in the back of your head, but they won't stop you. Work through your fears and help your fears get smaller and have you get bigger. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to, want to say no. It's okay to have that second thought of saying no. But that's the one thing that I admire about Denise, and also admire about Allie is that I know that Allie does this a lot too, is that she really tries to say no. And that makes me want to constantly say, or no's to you. You know what I'm saying? Constantly saying yes. And that makes me constantly want to say yes too and not say no. Okay. And even because I know that when Allie asked me to do this Zoom, or she asked me if I wanted to do it, my first thought is, no, I don't want to do it. But yes, I'm going to do it because I need to do it. And I end up wanting to do it when it comes down to the bottom line. But know that it's okay to be scared, but also know that when you say yes to everything, it's going to help you grow. And that's what's going to help you get over your fears. And then think, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to, you don't have to do this right now, but I want you to do is think about your year and think about what you have accomplished. And, are you satisfied? I mean, I think that when we're wanting to grow and we're wanting to, proceed to the next level, we're not going to be 100% satisfied, but are you, somewhat satisfied with how your year went? Or are you looking back and being like, gosh, I wish I would have done more? Or, how far have you grown? Have you learned a lot? Have you not learned anything? Have you learned a little? Yeah, the Year of Yes. If you guys haven't read the Year of Yes, you have to read it. I know Allie has at least one book. I know I have one. And I think a couple of other people on our team have one too. So if you can't afford it, or if you're not comfortable with buying it just because money's tight or whatever, please ask to borrow it from someone, because that book is incredible and that will change everything for you. So the question isn't have you reached your goal, because I feel like we're always adding on to our goals. We always, want to get to our goals. And sometimes goals do take longer than what we expect. Sometimes we give ourselves a deadline, but hey, if you don't reach that deadline when you are wanting to get your goal done by then, that's okay, because you shouldn't really give yourself a deadline, because all that matters is by you getting there. But in the process, we want to be learning and we want to be growing. So the question is, have you grown?
Okay, guys. Okay.
And then ask yourself this, are you where you want to be? And if you're not, then why not? Why are you not where you want to be? I know for me, I'm definitely not where I want to be, because I want to, I want to be presidential and I want to go to the next level. And I know that I'm not there because of my own self. I can't blame anyone on my team. I can't blame anyone else. It's my own fault that I'm not presidential. And earlier this year, I told myself that I wanted to be presidential by December 31st. And I know that's not going to happen. And that sucks to say, but I know that it's going to happen when it's supposed to. But I also can say that during this time, I have been growing and I have been learning. And I think that that's something that's really important, because sometimes people are too tough on themselves and they think that, oh, just because I didn't hit this deadline, I'm going to quit. Well, why would you quit when if you're growing and if you're learning? That means that you're just one step closer to reaching your goal. The other thing to ask you is, what's holding you back? And I hope this doesn't really seem like it's too all over the place, because we did the steps to success, but I wanted to do that to show you guys that the simplicity in the process, because our plan that we have is so stupid simple that anyone can do it. And that's seriously all that it takes to help you propel to the next level. Yes, you have to believe in yourself. Yes, you have to, believe in the industry and believe in our products. But when you break it down and you just do the steps to success, that's what's going to help you be successful. So look at 2017 and figure out, what do you want? What do you want? And by the end, you don't have to do this tonight, but by the end of, the month, take a couple of minutes to yourself and think about what you really want out of 2017, and write that down and hand write it down. Don't just type it up and print it off. Hand write it down, because when you see your own handwriting, it's something that has to do with our brains. And it's so crazy because Denise knows so much about this. But when you hand write it down and hand write your goals, your brain it triggers something and it makes you want to go for it even more. And it's going to be a constant reminder when you have that in front of you. Believe that you can achieve and get what you want out of 2017. And the other thing though too is that, know that you can do that, but also not only just know it in your brain, but also know that in your heart that you can, and do whatever it takes to help you understand that you can truly achieve any of your goals that you want to in 2017. And also by the end of this month, don't wait to start working on your goals. Don't wait at all. Start now and just get going. And seriously, just stay so focused that you have no idea what's going on around you in the outside world. Because when you do that, your business is going to explode. And if you just start now, you're going to get a head start. So don't wait, because that's the one thing that so many people do. So many people wait till conference or wait till a bonus comes out or whatever. And I promise you that if you wait, it's not going to be good, because what you do now is what you're putting into your business 3 months from now.
Taylor, can I add something to that really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just had an aha moment as you were talking. And you guys, what she's talking about right now, I hope you guys take that in like 110%, because those of you that are experiencing this business, and maybe you were in last year, it was like you're just beginning, or maybe you've been in 2 years, but you guys, 2 years ago, literally at this exact same time, Taylor and I were about to buy our plane tickets for conference, and we had the money to go. We were okay financially. I mean, we were good, but we weren't great by any means. But we were doing good, and I just remember like Taylor was struggling, and she was like, I don't really know if I want to go, and I'm like, no, you have to go. I'm not going by myself. But I was so focused on 2015, that I kind of lost sight of December, and I lost sight of January. And I know it wasn't a coincidence that when we went into the new year, my business did not explode like Taylor's did that year, like Alexis's did that year, like Jessica's did that year. A lot of girls on our team, their businesses exploded from February till June. And I was wondering why my business wasn't exploding. And you guys, I can't say it enough. You have to work your business now for the next year. And if you don't, you're going to be the one sitting there like, why are all these people around me promoting? Why is everybody else moving forward? And I know for damn sure that it wasn't by accident what happened with our team this year. Because last year when I went on that cruise, and I told myself, I'm done sitting at Double. I'm getting to work. And I worked my ass off, you guys, in November, December, and January. And you guys, I didn't even put a date when I went presidential. And that was something that like our team was, even Taylor, I remember like in February, and she was like it was such a blur going triple, and it was such a blur, everyone promoting, and it was such a blur like happening because everyone was just working. And so work now, because I promise you a month from now, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's why I worked so hard in December, because it's going to all pay off.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And it's crazy because like you don't think about it, but when you wait, and because like some people will be like, oh, I'll wait till like a couple months from now because I'm just way too busy. I don't have the time. Like they say whatever. And what they don't realize is that waiting a couple months means that basically this time next year, that's when their business is going to start going. And do you really want to sacrifice a whole entire year to just because you wanted to wait a couple months? Like the thing is, the one thing I love about this business is that it is so simple, and that we really can do this whenever. It's honestly just a matter of up to you and how bad you want your dreams to happen. And I wanted to say, talk about like priorities and stuff, but figure out, wake up a couple minutes early or half hour earlier if you need to, or stay up a half hour earlier. It was funny because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, gosh, like it was like 8:30, and I'm like, I'm so ready to fall asleep. Like I am so tired. No offense, Nicole, but I slept like crap last night at her house. Like the pillow was way too hard. Jade was kicking me in my face. Like I slept like crap, and we had to wake up early so I could get back home. But I was just like, at 8:30, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so tired. But then I'm like, no, stop. Like I have to do this Zoom, and I have to get in some more work after this Zoom, and then I can go to bed because then I'll be satisfied then. But yeah, seriously, don't wait, just because if you wait, you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt. People on your team or your sidelines are going to be doing all, promotions are going to be happening. Everyone's going to be excited, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt just because you decided to wait. So don't wait. Hold on. I want to read these comments really quick. How do you balance everything? Honestly, I have no idea. Sometimes, no, I don't feel this way, but sometimes I question myself, and I wonder, I'm like, okay, am I being a bad mom? But I know that I'm not a bad mom. I know that Jade absolutely loves me, and I'm her best friend, and she's my best friend. But there's days where I literally feel like I just don't even really pay attention to her. Like I'll get her food, I'll get her stuff that she needs, but I'm so laser focused that some days I don't really get to hang out with her just because I'm so determined. But I know that those days will pay off. And I don't know if that really has anything to do with your question, but balance is so hard. Okay, yeah, it does. balance is so hard. And I know that Allie can talk about this too, but it's something that you are not ever going to master. And some days you're going to feel like crap. Some days you're going to be like, I'm a horrible person. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not paying enough attention to so-and-so or whatever, or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Like, there are dishes in my sink that need to get done, and I'm putting them off for another day because I know that when, girl, you're gonna make me cry. Stop crying. But know that balance is hard and it's tough. And God, I cannot look at you. It's tough. But I promise you that I feel like kind of everyone figures it out on themselves. Like, everyone has like their own kind of schedule. You'll figure it out. And I know some days are tough, so don't feel bad about yourself. Stop it. But balance is really tough. Balance is tough. And if anyone else is feeling like they can't figure stuff out, trust me, because that's something that I know I struggle with, Allie struggles with. It's tough. It's not easy at all. But I can tell you one thing, that it is worth it. It's so worth it, because when you can stay home with your kid and you have your own freedom, that's when it's worth it. And you can say, I did it. Dang you, girlfriend. Okay.
Okay, Taylor, I have another aha moment. Sorry. We have a lot of good stuff going on today. a lot of ahas going on over here. So, like Taylor was saying, just like watching both of you guys like tear up, I'm trying to look over here at like Christine. Yeah, I mean, like, not looking at you two at all, because I'll start fucking crying. We know me. But I had a big aha moment actually, like, going along with this, and I should have shared it on the team page, but I haven't yet. At our vendor event today, you guys, we were next to Tastefully Simple, or Simply Tasteful, whatever that's called. It's been around for quite a while. The girls next to me, one of them's been doing it for 17 years, and the other one's been doing it for 8 years. And she looked at me and she was like, so how long have you been doing it? I'm like, 3.5 years. And I said, so I'm assuming you guys do great at this. This is your full-time income. And then and they're like, oh God, no. And I'm like, but you've been doing this for 8 years and you've been doing it for 17. And they were like, yeah, we just do it for our grocery money. And I'm like, you've been doing this for 8 years and you do this for grocery money? Oh my God. Denise has been doing this, for over 10 years, and she's a black diamond, making over like $200,000 a month between her and Brandon. And then the other girl's like, I've been in 17 years. And I was like, so you must be full-time. And she was like, oh gosh, no, we make a little bit, but no, I'm still a full-time nurse. And you guys, I instantly like got choked up, because they were like, so do you just kind of do this part-time, this and that? And I was like, no, this is my full-time income. And I said, I actually quit my job about 2 years ago. And it became so clear to me, like, I was so choked up today, because it became so clear to me that every struggle is worth it in this business, you guys. Balance, like Taylor said, is something that I'm like probably the worst at, like 100%. I will take full responsibility for that. Like, I suck at balance. But what I can tell you is that I have failed forward. I've never given up. I've never quit. I've never quit on myself. I've never quit on my family. I've never quit on you guys. Sure, there's been days where I've called Taylor and I was like, dude, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, I'm ready to throw in the towel. I'm ready to just call it quits. But I know without a doubt that nothing, like no other job will give me the satisfaction, the excitement, the passion that It Works does. No other company will pay me for how hard I work. No other company will give me friendships and people that I want to experience life with. Right? Like, what company can you be in for 3.5 years and, make 3-4 times more than you did at your job being a general manager and working 100 hours a week? So, like Taylor said, balance is one of the hardest things. You're going to feel like a shitty mom. You're going to feel like a shitty wife. You are.
What? He was laying on his bed out there.
But one of the things that I can tell you is, it's so worth it, you guys, to just take a step back. Don't ever put this business before your family, but take a step back and recognize that just a little bit, you guys, a little bit every single day is going to go a long way. And that's something that Taylor was there at the beginning, and Tawny and Kylie and a couple other girls, where I struggled, you guys, so bad at the beginning with balance. So bad. I worked this business from and Bobby, I kind of talked to you about this, but AM to PM. And I'm not even kidding. When I say AM to PM, I'm talking AM to PM. Didn't sleep, didn't eat good, like abandoned my family, abandoned my husband, my everything. And once I realized this year, we've had our biggest year, and I've worked about half of what I worked in 2 years combined. And that, I know that's not a coincidence. It's about being intentional. It's about, putting yourself here, putting yourself here, but not stretching yourself too thin. So you'll get it. It's hard, but you'll get it. I promise you. But keep going, like Taylor said, because it is so worth it, you guys.
I think the one thing, that's exactly what I was going to say, is that when you are intentional with your time, that's when it's going to be so much more worth it. Because I think the biggest thing that you can do, Bobby, and anyone else that's, struggling with balance, is maybe do a self-reflection, because I know that this has been huge for a lot of people. But take a look and see how much time you're putting into your business. And if you are doing it all day, well, are you being intentional with your time all day long, or are you scrolling on Facebook? Because I know for me, let's not draw on yourself, please. I get stuck with, scrolling on Facebook and scrolling on Instagram and Snapchat and then texting people and just like all of these random things that I'm like, oh my God, I seriously just wasted like all day long, like not even doing anything. And then by my end of the day, I'm exhausted, but I'm like, oh no, I need to still put in more, like 30 more minutes because I didn't even do anything today. So I think the biggest thing that you can do is do a self-reflection and take a look at your day and see how much time you really are spending working your business. And if it is intentional time, then that's amazing, because it's seriously going to pay off and you're probably about to like explode and go ambassador. But if it's not, intentional, oh my gosh, my kids are driving me insane. If it's not intentional time, then, try to narrow down your time to where you are only working 2 to 3 hours a day, because that's one thing that Mark and Pam, and probably Mike, but I know Mark and Pam have always said that if you work this business 2 to 3 hours a day, you will be making a 5-figure monthly paycheck. And that's seriously all it takes. We just have to be intentional and not, scroll and get locked up in, things that aren't even making us money. But yeah, it's definitely tough. Let's see. She's made a little over $1 million. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a long time to be. I've heard that that company is really hard. I actually have one of my girls just was doing that company. Okay, so I will go ahead and end this so you guys aren't on here forever. But start mapping out your year now and just start getting prepared for it and figure out what you want, and get together either with your upline or someone that you think that can help you, but start figuring out what you really want and start getting a game plan and just start mapping out your year. Because when you have that vision and when you have your goals in front of you, I can't even say it enough, but I'm so excited for 2017. Like, it's going to be such a huge year. And I know that I don't sound excited right now because I'm like losing my voice, but I am seriously so excited for 2017. Know exactly what you want. And the one thing that I have to say is ask for it. And this was one thing that I know that yellows will have a hard time with, but don't be afraid to ask for what you want, because when you ask, you will receive. So that is all I had for tonight. That was awesome. So thank you guys for chiming in, and thanks, not Brandy. I was just reading her comment. Thanks, Bobby, for making me cry. But you guys are welcome. Thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions or whatever, then shoot it in the Team Zoom event page. But I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for getting on and staying up late with us. Bye, ladies.